This isn't something I normally do, but I hope it's helpful. How to animate the Lunchtime cartoons way. The app that I use to animate is known as Stop Motion Studio, which uses an animation process known as stop motion animation, which you've probably heard about before. The way stop motion works is you set up a little scene that you want to animate, then you take a picture of the scene, and then you slightly adjust what you want to move, very slightly, and then you take another picture of that thing, and then you keep doing these steps over and over until you're happy with what you've got. And then you play those pictures back really fast, and it gives the illusion that this guy is waving. This can be used in a lot of different ways. Stop motion can be used with clay, chalk. You can also do Lego animations and a bunch of other different things. But let's talk about the basics of the app that I use for stop motion. When you open up Stop Motion Studio, there isn't going to be a bunch of derpy lines all over your screen. These are just all my different projects and animations that I've done. What I want you to do is go over and click New Movie. When you open up a new movie, it should look something like this. And to take your first picture, you press the red button right here. And then that will take your first picture. So let's do that right now. So there we go, we just took a picture of a blank whiteboard. It's just an example, so now let's actually get to animating something. Our picture just showed up down here as a white box on our timeline, which shows the pictures we've just taken. So first we're going to draw out Derpy Ryan so we can animate him. There he is. Now we're going to animate him saying hello, and then we're going to have him wave 3 times. So how do we do that? We're going to change his mouth so that's slightly more like an H, which is the first letter of hello. And his mouth is going to look like he's saying letter H, so let's just do that right now. So now, I just changed it, and as you can see down here, I've taken a picture of him when his mouth was closed before I changed it to this, and then I took a picture of this. So now, I'm going to change it to a bit of an E shape, so let's do that right now. Okay, now that I've changed his mouth to look more like he's saying the letter E, the second letter in hello, of course, I want to raise the question, what would happen if you accidentally nudged him like this? If you accidentally nudge something in your movie, it can make your character move unintentionally in your film, and you don't want that. So here's what you do. Stop Motion Studio has this cool tool called Onion Skin, which is over on the left here. And you can use this to show where your character was in the last frame to move him back to where he used to be. So, for me to do this, I just slide the little bar down so that I can see a silhouette of where he used to be. And now, I just move Derpy Ryan back to where he was in last frame. Now back to the mouth movement as we were doing before. His tongue is pressed against the roof of his mouth because we're now at the letter L, well, both L's, and now we're taking a picture of that. Now we change it to an O shape, so when he's saying the final letter, and now we're going to make his arm wave up and down. And of course, before he waves, he has to close his mouth because he has finished talking. Alright, now I've moved his arm up a little bit during the process of him waving, and I've kind of blurred it a bit just so that it looks a little more smooth in the animation. And of course, I take a picture of that. So I've just gone ahead and animated one arm movement, and now the animation looks a little something like this. But that's just one time that he's waved, so we need to do that 2 other more times. But I'm too lazy to animate the rest, so I'm going to copy paste that wave 2 more times. So what I've just done is I've clicked on the last photo in my project, and it's brought up this little window here. Now there are a lot of options that you have here, but we're just going to focus on this one here, and we're going to click that. Now our frame is blue, and then we can swipe down to the start of our wave sequence, and then tap on that frame, select copy. You can also tap this button to teleport to the end of your timeline. At the end at this blank frame, select paste, and when you play the animation, he will wave 2 times. You can also press the microphone to add sounds or a voiceover, and if this tutorial wasn't clear enough, there's a help button in the bottom corner. Just added a little bit of sounds, another wave sequence, and now my animation finally looks like this. Hello. Alright, this is the end of the video now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this tutorial a little bit useful. Feel free to go do some of this stuff at home, but if you really don't have to because I can't influence your decisions. But before this video is over, I want to tell you a couple more things. Go and check out touchdowns to home runs. He makes a lot of videos about sports, so if you're a sports fan, then go check out his channel. He does lots of hockey, baseball, basketball, and football. So if you really like sports, then go check his channel out. He's pretty good. And as always, subscribe!